For more than 1 hour, the Senate deliberated extensively on a proposed 2024 budget of 1.9 trillion naira for the Niger Delta Development Commission (Nddc). Chairman of Senate Committee on Nddc, Asuko Ekpenyong, explains that the committee considered all variables, including personnel costs, overhead, capital estimates, and revenue profile changes to arrive at the figure.
In view of the foregoing, the committee recommended as follows that the revenue profile for the Commission for the year 2024 is as follows. Revenue brought forward, 12 billion. Federal government contribution, 324,844,833,046 naira. Federal government contribution in essence unpaid arrears by federal government and recoveries by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, 170 billion.
While 38.5 billion naira is allocated for personnel expenditure, a total sum of 29.2 billion naira is earmarked for overhead expenditure and 8.7 billion naira for internal capital expenditure. Another 835.2 billion naira for development projects and 1 trillion naira for legacy critical projects to be funded through borrowings. Lawmakers questioned why Nddc plans to borrow a staggering 1 trillion naira that is not included in government's borrowing plan without going through the proper channels.
The Nddc is borrowing 1 trillion naira, and I doubt very much if this has been presented in the borrowing plan. Normally, if the federal government wants to borrow money, it either presents it through the borrowing plan, or Mr. President will forward a request to the National Assembly, asking the National Assembly to approve the borrowing of 1 trillion naira.
Others raised eyebrows, questioning why the budget was not accompanied by details of last year's performance, even as they queried a seeming lack of transparency about the 174 billion naira allocated for unpaid projects.
I expect the committee to give us a synopsis of what 2023 budget of Nddc is like. I observe they are silent about that in these budgets. Even in the federal budget, in the national budget, contained in it is the performance of the previous year's budget that will lay a foundation for the consideration of the 2024 budget.
But despite the technical issues raised, President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, said due process must have been followed.
We must trust our committee that they have done a good job and that they had actually asked all these questions. But Chairman, please note them. And one of the things that came to my mind was that, yes, this is a bill that came from the presidency, but you know that before they can go a borrowing to the tune of 1 trillion, they must follow due process.
The Senate subsequently approved the budget, increasing the tally by 44 million naira